3 shocking habits of billionaires. Now, let's begin. Number 1, reduce meaningless decisions. On your path to success, you're going to need to make countless important, difficult, and overwhelmingly complicated decisions that may just make or break your entire future. When you run into one of these life-changing scenarios, you're going to want to dedicate all of your time and effort to thinking through your options as thoroughly as possible. You want to be at the top of your game every single day, ensuring that your eye is always on the ball. But it's not that easy, simply because life is full of hundreds and thousands of distractions, which, if you let them, will stop you from turning your hopes and dreams into a reality. Take a moment to consider how many small decisions you make every single day. You decide when to get out of bed, what to eat for breakfast, when to get out of the shower, how to style your hair, and what music to listen to in the car. My point is that by simply operating according to a dynamic lifestyle, you are cluttering your brain with all kinds of decisions that ultimately have zero effect on your future. Will your hairstyle ever change your annual salary? Will the music you listen to in the car ever help you publish that novel you've been dreaming about? No, of course not. So why do 99% of people waste considerable amounts of their day thinking about them? The truth is that billionaires know better and do better. Take these 3 titans of industry: Mark Zuckerberg, Michael Kors, and Steve Jobs. Every day, these individuals are expected to guide multi-billion-dollar companies, push the boundaries of style and culture, or reinvent the mechanisms that guide the lives of millions. Every decision they make will ripple throughout the entire world. So, when so much is on the line, why waste your time worrying about tiny, insignificant questions like, what type of shampoo should I use? Or what color phone case should I buy? The answer is, don't. If you've ever seen pictures of these 3 guys, you might have noticed one thing they all have in common. Every one of them wears the exact same clothes to work every single day. Mark Zuckerberg, who is worth over $70 billion and operates the largest social media network in existence, has worn the same hoodie, t-shirt, and pants for years. Michael Kors has done the same with a black shirt and a blazer, while Steve Jobs wore exclusively a turtleneck and jeans. Why did they do all this? Because it cut out a meaningless decision from their lives. These powerful figures realized that they were wasting valuable time and brain power on something that wouldn't earn them success, so they found clothes that were comfortable and wore them over and over again to ensure that they would hardly ever have to even think about how they looked. Cutting out decisions like this, especially ones related to physical appearance, can actually provide a boost in confidence by ignoring an insecurity that plagues far too many people. Instead of worrying about being attractive or looking confident, these billionaires let their actions speak, and you can do the same. Instead of flooding your days with pointless decisions and trivial choices, find answers that are comfortable and stick to them every single day. Not only will this free up your mind to ponder more important subjects, but you'll find that the lack of choices will actually improve your productivity by lessening the chances that you might get accidentally distracted by something insignificant. Number 2, plan everything. A number of ultra-successful individuals don't just eliminate meaningless decisions, but also turn their entire life into a regimented schedule. Most of these wealthy people have an absurd amount of responsibilities thrown at them every single day, meaning they have more meetings, emails, phone calls, and appointments than they know what to do with. So how do they navigate the chaos that is the life of a billionaire? Well, according to Elon Musk, they plan their day from start to finish in 5-minute blocks. Elon Musk, who is worth over $21 billion and founded both Tesla Motors and SpaceX, realized that he can effectively tackle a mountain of projects by slicing them up into bite-sized pieces. Not only does this relieve the incredible pressure of staring down so many unfinished tasks, but it allows them to maximize the productivity of every minute of every day. This type of scheduling takes extraordinary discipline, ambition, and determination to keep up with. But billionaires like Elon Musk were only able to develop these characteristics by constantly forcing themselves outside of their comfort zone, thereby challenging their own beliefs about what they thought they could accomplish. Elon Musk's 5-minute blocks also come with another added bonus. When those 5 minutes are up and that task is accomplished, he gets to cross that item off his checklist and refocus his mind entirely on something new. Why is this so powerful? Because by forcing your thoughts into a funnel every 5 minutes, you can dedicate all of your attention and effort toward creating the best possible product. For the average person, it's all too easy to let your mind wander. You might be sitting at work, but you're probably thinking about that game you were playing last night or the song you've been writing. Whatever it is, the lack of a rigorous schedule gives your brain the freedom to casually sightsee along the way, while 5-minute intervals force you to hone in on the fastest route to success. So what can you do to follow in the footsteps of these precisely scheduled billionaires? Well, start by doing the same thing for your own life, even if you don't have enough responsibilities to actually fill the schedule out. Break down school or work into smaller intervals. Keep track of how much time it takes you to send an email, write a paragraph, or read a page, and do whatever you can to make that interval even smaller. In order to think like a billionaire, you need to treat your time like it's worth something, like every minute of your day is valuable for one reason or another. Each time you drift off into a daydream or binge an extra episode of your favorite show, you are losing out on valuable minutes of your time, which you could be investing into your long-term goals. Find a way to make sure that you fall into your bed every day knowing with certainty that you did as much as you possibly could that day. You'd be surprised at the confidence and self-satisfaction that this knowledge will give you. And the more you do it, the more those positive feelings will grow until you've developed the poise and conviction of a billionaire. Number 3, stay frugal. When thinking about the rich and famous, the first things most people think of are fancy cars and huge mansions, two of the most classic symbols of material wealth. But is that really how the most successful people use their money? The truth is that some of the wealthiest people in the entire world are also some of the most frugal. Now, I'm not talking about the overwhelming majority of celebrities who are relatively shameless when it comes to material goods. Most of these individuals made their millions off of their artistic talents or appearance. But while they are far wealthier than 99% of the population, they aren't the kind of billionaires we're talking about. Instead, I'm referring to people like Sergey Brin, co-founder of Google, who still shops the sales at every grocery store he goes to, or Azim Premji, a business tycoon in India whose net worth is over $12.2 billion, yet travels to and from most places on a public rickshaw. Or people like Jeff Bezos, who, even after becoming the richest person on the planet with a net worth of over $140 billion as the founder of Amazon, drove a rickety Honda Accord and worked at a desk made of repurposed wood. These incredibly successful individuals have all the money in the world, but make the conscious choice to lead very frugal lives. Why? Because these billionaires didn't get where they are today by just throwing their money around. They are as protective of their money now as they were before they had so much of it, which is exactly the kind of thinking that got them where they are today. For so many of these billionaires, their success was built on raw aspirations and drive, not just a craving for expensive cars or fancy clothes. They act roughly the same with and without money, because their path to success was never actually about the money at all. They saw the money as a means of achieving their dreams. So, like any good entrepreneur, they made strategic use of their resources to build an empire. So when that empire was finally alive and thriving, they didn't just stop, relax, and start mindlessly spending their money, even if they could. Why not? Well, because, at the end of the day, a filthy rich businessman is still just a businessman.